kaibigan, magandang umaga po, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat diyan. Ay magandang gabi po dito sa Estados Unidos. Tayo po ay we are on a special po na programming ito. It's just a special broadcast just for tonight, sabi nga nila. Para sa ating mga tagapakinig dyan at syempre alam nyo na, Deejay SKY also want to devote the broadcast for tonight para sa ating mga siyempre especially for the victims of the Las Vegas shooting the 1st of October. That was a Sunday para sa ating mga tagapakinig diyan. And this is something that I was talking about, and also I have a special event, and sometimes occasionally I do have to make some changes. Man, I do appreciate every one of you out there na siyempre nakamanman parati, always monitoring si Deejay SKY. Sabi nga nila, eto naman si Deejay SKY with the blinking hat. I have a special hat naman dito ngayon. Yung cowboy hat ko may blinking lights pa. In order pa sa kwan ito sa East Coast, sa Grand Ole Opry, in order pa sa Tennessee, ang aking sombrero, may LED lights, may blinking LED lights, parang pang country music, sabi nga nila. But anyway, I do thank you out there sa ating mga tagapakinig dyan. Sa buong mundo, sabi nga nila that normally I do broadcast from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Dito po sa Southern California, I do broadcast from here. Na ganyan. But anyway, I want to devote also not only with the update in the Philippines, syempre, mga updates sa Pilipinas, syempre I share you a little bit of that, but along with that, the main gist of my broadcasting, my broadcast for this evening is about the Las Vegas shooting, those kind of things. Such a tragedy in our time that as you can tell, we are flying half-mast on the flag right now for buong Estados Unidos, as honoring the victims, the survivors, the families of those who in one way or fashion was affected by this tragic event of our time that happened in Las Vegas, sa mga ano yan. But anyway, sa aking mga tagapakinig dyan, Deejay SKY on the air, salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik sa akin. Ito po, I do acknowledge your presence out here while you are tuning to my program. Andyan si Doc Herbert Chaloche. Ayan. Kumusta po, Doc? Kumusta na rin si Ate Eileen dyan po sa Candelaria, Zambales? Kumusta po, Doc? At unless na naglalakwat siya si Doc sa Europe, at anyway, binabati ko rin si Ate Melly at saka si Vince dyan sa may Sorrento Valley. I used to live with them dyan sa may Sorrento Valley. Na ganyan. Siyempre mga kaibigan, ating binabati lahat ng mga nakatagpakinig at I do acknowledge lahat dyan. Si paring Chris Corotan is also tune in. Si Martin Goma Felix also is tune in. Yung marami tayong mga tagapakinig sa buong mundo, and this might be something that I'm toying with the time frame that I have, because this is just like noontime in the Philippines. Dito naman papuntang gabi, medyo nagpapahinga yung mga tao dito sa Estados Unidos, sa North America. Si Ori, ayan, Ori, binabati ko rin si Ori, nandyan sa Doha, Qatar, I believe, si Ori at saka yung mga tropa niya, at si Chris, si Quisquinho, I think nasa Dubai yata si Hector Quisquinho, na ganyan. But anyway, si batchmate Kari, also Arizala is tune in, at ganun na rin binabati rin natin yung mga sila Ate Dory at saka si Kuya Nap dyan sa may Azusa, sa Loving Home Care on Hanks Street, dito sa may Azusa, right north of Hacienda Heights o West Covina area. Ganun binabati ko na rin ang aking mga batchmates sa Los Angeles area. Kung minsan nakikinig sila, kung minsan hindi. Si Dr. JV at saka si Rocky, dyan si Lagring, dyan sa may West Covina, si Manny Castillo, si Ron Tejada, si Irene, si Luz, sino pa? Yung mga, baka ma-miss ko yung mga pangalan nila, yung mga ako. Si Mon, si paring Mon Cardenas at ang pamilya ng Cardenas dyan sa may Carson. Binabati ko na sila. Tony, I've met Tony once. Dyan sa mga nakikinig dyan sa Carson, California. Also binabati rin natin. Ito po si Deejay SKY, and I'm going to hear, sabi ni Batsmate Carrie, let's see. Hello Batsmates, greeting from Loving Care Home. Tuning in while having sip of coffee. It's a chilly evening here, sabi niya. Dito sa may Azusa. I believe yan sila sa may Loving Home Care nila Kuya Nap, saka si Ate Dory. Yan, binabati ko rin sila. Ang mga proprietors ng Loving Home Care dyan sa may 735 Hanks Street sa may Azusa. Sino pa yung mga si June Real. Binabati rin natin si Batmates June, nakatune in siya. I'm trying not to miss anyone as I go through and look at you. So I found a way to monitor. But sometimes I go look at my broadcast Facebook out there just to make sure I don't miss anyone dyan sa aking mga nakikinig ng siyempre. Again, welcome to my show. This is Deejay SKY on the air on a special evening dito po sa Estados Unidos, North America. We are broadcasting approximately 13 minutes after 9 p.m. on a Saturday, October 7, 2017. So marami tayong mga shoutout, yung mga Happy Teachers Day dyan sa mga lahat ng mga teachers. It's also an American Pharmacy Month of October, believe it or not. So maraming nagsaselebrate nitong October. Marami dyan. Happy Teachers Day. Yan sila Amelia Perlas Fariñas. Binabati ko sila Ogie Cruz. Ang aking very good friend Ogie Cruz, who now teaches at the John F. Kennedy High School dito sa may Richmond, Virginia. Dito sa may malapit sa Richmond, Virginia is near the UC Berkeley campus, by the way. That's along Highway 580. Kung galing ka ng it's actually part of Bay Area. Yan. Diyan, kasi pag galing ako ng Vallejo noon, if I come down on 580 papuntang sa Daly City na ganyan, madadaan naman yan. It's a traffic jam dyan sa 580 malapit sa UC Berkeley. Nung araw, yan ang mga bastion ng mga radicals o kaya mga progressive minds. Yung palagi. Yung pala ang tamang dyan sa UC Berkeley. Back in the 60s and during before the Vietnam War or pre and during the Vietnam War, they became really prominent in UC Berkeley because that's where the progressive minds are. Kent State is another one. Also, syempre, maraming mga issues na ganyan in our times na ganyan. It's also mga fellow teachers, yung principal, si Dr. Herman Barcena ng San Quintin National High School. Binabato ko rin siya. Aming pinsan yan, si Principal Herman Barcena ng San Quintin National High School. Dito sa may Abra, binabati ko rin pa. Si Dr. Beng Ferino ng Ilocos ng Vigan City. Binabati rin natin ang ating good friend si Dr. Beng Ferino. Nagtuturo dyan sa isang eskwelahan. Hindi na, I used to be in Divine Word College of Vigan. And of course, my very own sister, si retired principal Wilhelmina Barcena Calyos, originally from Pantok, Abra, Tangadan, San Quintin, Abra, and now residing in Fairview, doon sa Fairview, tawag ko sa Fairview. Na ganyan. So, and all the rest of the teachers, the hardworking teachers, dyan sa buong mundo, sa Pilipinas, dito man, maraming mga teachers, believe it or not, na galing sa Pilipinas, nagtuturo dito sa Estados Unidos, and one of them is Mr. Ogie Cruz, believe it or not. Galing siya ng Mississippi, Ngayon, punta siya dito sa West. Kaya ngayon lumipat siya dito sa may John F. Kennedy High School sa may Richmond, California. Malapit sa UC Berkeley na ganyan. So anyway, thanks to my good friend Ogie Cruz also. I had a nice conversation once in a while with him. Na ganyan na kwentuhan kami. But anyway, all the hardworking teachers out there, if I missed your name, I do apologize. But then again, syempre, kung walang mga teachers, wala ding mga professionals, di ba? It's almost like a thankless job. Sometimes na ganon. Ayun, ano rin natin na 50th birthday 50th 50th birthday ni Kim Mot. Sabi niya ni Kim Mot daw. Sino ba yung Kim Mot na yun? But anyway, si Kim Mot, 50th birthday daw ni Kim Mot, sabi na. Binabati ko. So let me go through my list here. It's also the October is also the month of the Filipino-American Heritage Month. Ito, and a lot of factuals dito, mamaya i-share ko sa inyo. Kung sino yung mga Filipino-Americans that made a name here in the United States. Kaya ngayon, sinaselebrate nila ang October. I do remember when I was in the military, we do always have a celebration of the Filipino-American Heritage Month sa loob ng base na ganyan. So of course we do have the Cinco de Mayo nakatatapos lang, di ba? We did have a party also at the Rady School ng Cinco de Mayo, at mamaya i-share ko sino yung mga prominent names that were made a name here, mga Filipino-Americans dito sa Estados Unidos. And of course, I want to do a shout out also to sa mga tropa ng mga Olongapo City National High School. This is from si kumpare ko, si pare ko na ganyan. Sa Olongapo City National High School, which is Jackson High, class of 68, are having a class reunion on February 9 to 11, 2018. That's the OCNHS, Jackson High, class of 68. At dyan sa Subic Bay, Olongapo City, gaganapin next year, di ba? February 9 to 11, 2018. Ang haba ng bakasyon, ang celebration nila. So, ang mga point of contact sa Pilipinas is of course si Dr. Tessie Ortin. Binabati rin natin dyan si Dr. Tessie Ortin. At saka dito sa Pilipinas, ang contact nila si Meng, si Sam Ramos, o kaya si Levi Canac. Ayan. Yun ang mga contact po noon ninyo kung if you want to get in touch, you want to join, plug ni pare ko ito for February 9 to 11, 2018. It is a celebration reunion, class reunion of the Olongapo City National High School, Jackson High, class of 68. Gaganapin sa Subic Bay, Olongapo City. Ayan. Yun pa yung mga plug natin. At of course, I do want to mention also October 7 is the anniversary, death anniversary ng aming twins. Yes, si Deejay SKY, meron silang twins. They didn't make it. Si J.E. or J&R, at saka si J.O. J. Oliver. So J.E. and J.O. Yung ano namin. And they were interned here or buried here at the El Camino Memorial Park dito po sa malapit sa zip code 92126 in Mira Mesa. At yun pa yung mga plug ko para sa inyo, mga aking tagapakinig. Mamaya at bibigyan ko kayo, share ko kayo ng mga bakit sinaselebrate ang Filipino-American Heritage Month in Estados Unidos. Yan, I do acknowledge yung mga nakikinig dyan, si Pareng Mari Santiago, si Daisy Pacolan Takadan, ang aking Brad dyan sa Sacramento, si Edwin Barcena, nakikinig din dyan. At hello sa inyong lahat dyan. At siyempre, anyway, mamaya you can call in if you do have something to share na mga ganyan, or something you want to talk about. I want to keep this thing like a free, I can entertain call-ins if you do want, and then you have any lingering questions or anything like that. But again, para sa ating mga This is a tribute to the lives lost during the Las Vegas shooting at the next to the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. Dito sa may empty lot next door across the strip. Na ganyan, where we lost the shooter, Stephen Paddock, killed 58 lives were lost, and that's a total of 59 including him, and approximately 527 na mga nasugatan na ganyan. And there are as of now, the update is we have approximately I think there's about 48 in critical condition. Can you imagine 527 injuries all over? And even the trauma center, the triage with goes into action, and in such a disaster like that, dito sa healthcare system dito, the triage goes into action. Even that, it got overwhelmed considering there were 58 critical ones, and then we have the 527 injuries na ganyan. So there were a lot of stories out there na ganyan, but it's a tragic incident that happened. I myself, I was driving during that time on 15 when I got the breaking news. I was listening to my radio station talk show AM 640, and then I was coming from Pasadena from my son, where we have yung get-together namin, because it was Ryan's birthday and Lani, my daughter-in-law, and I went there. I stayed with them overnight, and we went, they took me to this Irish live band place, Barclay, in South Pasadena. Alam niyo man, I always look for kalan may live band pag si Deejay SKY kasama. So I was with my son Ryan, Bam, and his wife Lani, and I actually normally I sleep at my son's place on Sunset Boulevard in downtown area, Los Angeles. But this time I was kindly offered to stay overnight in Pasadena, which I readily accepted, and I stayed overnight. But anyway, on my way home during that evening of Sunday, that's when I was passing through Temecula, and that's when the radio breaking news report came in. And at first, I put the flag on my Facebook, active shooter flag on it. And then the one that really startled me while I was driving was when they said all the hospitals in the Las Vegas area are getting overwhelmed, are getting full. That doesn't sounded good when I heard that, because there's at least about 5 hospitals in there. UMC is probably the main one, but considering that in a short period of time, as I was driving, and they were saying it's already full, and I said, oh. That's not good. So that kept me wide open, my eyes wide open, as I was driving to 15 southbound on my way home that Sunday evening. It was really a memorable time, and that's the same thing during the 9/11. I always remember that time when I woke up early in the morning, almost like 5:30 or something like that, and I saw the tragic incident of the Twin Towers. That's when I noticed it, and I always remember that time what I was doing during the 9/11 incident. But anyway. A moment of silence also for all the fatalities of that tragic incident of our time. Again, I do want to acknowledge the checking in of some of our listeners. Edith, my very good friend out there, somewhere in the banking business, and then Aguinaldo Canlas is also out there, and Sister Cheetah also out from Renato. But anyway, as I do want to focus on the Las Vegas shooting mainly, because again, there's a lot of things that came out in there. Also with Mary Lou Danley, the girlfriend, also came out in the open. There's a lot of speculations and all those things. But anyway, again, I pay tribute to the lost lives, 58, including the shooter, 59, and the 527 injuries that occurred during this fatal October 1st evening. For all of you, the lives that were lost, to the injured of 527, and all the families and all that played a role. My heart goes out to all of you out there from this program. Again, I offer you this song once again.
There was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the
And of course, that is the original composition by the late Leonard Cohen. Very memorable, sabi nga nila, para sa ating mga tagapakinig dyan. Anyway, to all, again, the program dedicated to all the all the survivors as well, the 527 injuries of the Las Vegas shooting, and the 58 lives lost, and 59 including the shooter. So it is a very tragic event of our lives, especially in modern times here in the Estados Unidos na ganyan. Sometimes we ask a lot of questions about ourselves. What made somebody like Stephen Paddock go out of the way and snap and do such a very tragic event of our time, those kind of things. So we can ask a lot of questions for us, and yet there's always those things that we ask a lot of questions in our time. Now, it could be, do you think social media have played a part of that? Those things, I think, to a certain extent, in my opinion, I think social media has something to do with it. And if you look at the history of some of the mass shootings in the USA, it seems like every event is always trying to outdo the other one. Anyway, I want to acknowledge also the ones that tune in. Cham Miles, also welcome to the show. Si Marites Barcena, ang aking hipag. Good evening, Manong, sabi ni Marites. Hello, Marites. How's downtown Sacramento? And also Stanley. I want to acknowledge, hello, Vegan City. This is a unique time for Deejay SKY on the air to be broadcasting. It's approximately 32 minutes on this side of the earth. We are broadcasting right here from Southern California. This is your friend, Deejay SKY, on a different time zone. And I do appreciate you guys always catching up. We have listeners from Doha, Qatar. There's Ori Antonio. Also, we have listeners from Candelaria, Doc, si Doc Echaloche. And we have listeners from the LA and suburbs area. We have Batsmate Kari out there, and also the proprietors of Loving Home Care in Azusa, si Kuya Nap and Ate Dory. Also, we have paring Chris Corodan and dito sa South San Diego. Martin Guma Felix also is tuned in. Thank you. And then Aure is tuned in from Doha, Qatar. June Real, Batsmate June Real is all tuned in to our program. And then Paring Manny Santiago is also tuned in. I think they're back from Las Vegas. Paring Manny and wife Flor traveled to Las Vegas to meet their high school friends or their classmates and accompany them just going around Las Vegas that time. And then we have Daisy Pakulan Takadan also joined in. My brother Edwin from downtown Sacramento. Edith Maniago, also one of our friends in the Philippines, also is tuned in. Ginaldo Canlas is also tuned in, and thank you very much. And then Sister Chita from Renato also is tuned in, and maybe Mindy is also listening. So anyway, Cham Miles is also tuned in. Thank you very much. And Marites Barcena is also tuned in from downtown Sacramento. And Stanley from Vegan City is also tuned in. Sabi ni Stanley, hi sir, DJ, Mr. DJ SKY. And of course, thank you very much, Stanley. Regards to everybody out there. I think Kim Mot is having a birthday. Let me see. Kim Mot daw is having a birthday. Diyan. Si Steve. Steve is also tuned in. Hello, Steve. Kumusta ka na dyan? How's everybody out there? Kuyang kumusta? Sabi ni Steve Espaldon. Is also tuned in. Thank you very much, Steve, for the shout. For all of you. So I always try to acknowledge everyone out there for always tune in na ganyan. But anyway, for those of you, siyempre na nakikinig dyan, And also DJ Sky will sing one song just for the our friends, yung mga, especially the families. It's a very tragic incident, so I'm not much into playing a lot of the bouncy tunes na ganyan. So I'll play a lot of maybe love songs, kind of more kind of low-key songs. And anyway, sometimes because of this Las Vegas shooting, it's really hard. You know, when I heard that comment from the news, the radio, about all the hospitals getting full, and I said, "Oh my gosh." And I could not, and I can always remember that my reaction. I was driving and I'm still awake, but then when I heard that all the hospitals are getting full, and I said, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" And that's when. And then the final tally, it says 527 injuries. And that could be anything from broken bones to getting on the stampede, some grazed by bullets, that kind of thing. It's really sad. But if you look at it, the profile of the killer, the shooter, Stephen Paddock, it's just really unique. It's just out of the ordinary because he shows his profile is just an ordinary person. He's not one of those flashy person, but he keeps a lot of things to himself. Right? It appears that privacy is a big thing for him. If you look at some of the history, all the facts that are coming out right now, I remember one of the facts that just came out from the investigations was this is a person that gambles. His credential is high-profile gambler, high roller. And he's not kidding because he gambles like 1 million in a year. 1 million US dollars. That's how he is. So he has money because he has between him and his two brothers, they don't speak. But the younger brother who lives in Florida, Eric Paddock, actually the two of them talk to each other. And in fact, they're more closer. And Steve, as Eric calls him, his older brother, Steve is like a surrogate father for Eric, the younger brother who now lives in Florida also. And it just baffles him. It baffles Eric that how come his older brother just snapped like that and went on a rampage. And considering there's about 23 high-powered rifles in that suite on Mandalay Bay, and then he's got another like 24 high-powered rifles in his house in Mesquite, Nevada, which is just approximately 1 hour from Las Vegas. So this is a guy that just loves, but that's way too extraordinary about having 47 firearms. That's an armory. And the ones he used, the 23 unfortunate rifles, high-powered ones, even have scopes, even have tripods to stabilize it. And when I first look at the Mandalay Bay, the two holes, he broke the windows on each side. I was thinking there were two. He rented two rooms. But then again, being a high gambler, a lot of times the casino, as you are a VIP, considered a VIP, they give you a suite just like that, left and right, no big deal. So he's been a high roller, and he gambles just that night. He just gambled like 30,000 just like that, no big deal. So he has money. And in fact, speaking about his assets now, there is a big move for I don't know who is leading this, but there's a move right now to file a case against the estate of Steve Paddock, the shooter, so they can pretty much corral the assets of him, because he has millions, believe it or not. So he has this between him and his younger brother Eric in Florida. They started a real estate investment company. So they buy and sell homes like this. So he makes money out of that. But he's a high roller gambler. Now shifting to the girlfriend Marilu Danley, and in fact that time. Steve, as they call him, Stephen Paddock, Steve bought a ticket for his girlfriend Marilu to go on vacation for 2 weeks in the Philippines, and then wired her $100,000. There's like now. your first reaction would be like, uh-oh, you better trace this $100,000. There's something going on fishy out there. But then if you go back to Steve Padak, this guy is a guy that has millions in his assets. So 100,000 is nothing to him. So wiring that is just kind of, he said, is probably his going away kind of gesture to Marilyn, like go out here and go buy yourself a house or for your family kind of thing, for being nice with me, staying with me for all these years kind of thing. And it's good in a way that he sent Marilu out of the country. Otherwise, if Marilu happened to be in Mandalay Bay at that time with him, oh my gosh, it would have been a different story. And of course, Marilu is also, as they found out, is an Australian citizen. So Marilu started working in this high roller casino area. But anyway, so that's just part of the story of what I was going through. And anyway, good evening. I got let me hit a shout out from Steve. I'm your reporter from the Philippines, Kuyang, sabi ni Rafi. Steve Spaldon, I'm your reporter from the Philippines, sabi niya. Oh, of course, I welcome that gesture, Steve. Sabi niya, Kuyang, today's News Sunday in the Philippines, expect heavy traffic from Clark to Manila because of the ASEAN dry run. Oh, I see. So that's a cue from Steve from the Philippines. Again, I want to repeat that. Sabi niya, today's News Sunday in the Philippines, expect a heavy traffic from the Clark Air Base to the Manila area because of the ASEAN dry run. The Association of Southeast Asian Nation, they having a dry run just to make sure everything goes okay. Traffic-wise, the traffic management, the crowd control, all the things, they want to make it because a lot of dignitaries, a lot of heads of state are coming over for the ASEAN this coming November, including the U.S. President, by the way. So the U.S. President, President Trump, is making a 5 or 6 country visit, including the Philippines. So that is very significant. And this dry run, as Steve was mentioning right now, from Clark to the Manila, and I make the assumption that most of the entourage are probably landing at the Clark Air Base, because it's better than landing at the what I refer to as Manila International Airport. It's better for them to come in through the corridor of Clark Air Base, so the traffic is more manageable as opposed to be clustered in the Manila International Airport in Pasay City. So that is good, and thank you very much for that call out there, Steve. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Again, for those of you who are traveling between the CTEX and the NLEX corridor, if you're coming from Clark or you're coming from the northern Luzon area, La Union, Abra, Ilocos Sur, Ilocos Norte, Cagayan, and if you're heading towards Manila, passing through Clark Air Base, or you're coming from the Olongapo City area and you're going through the CTEX corridor, expect a heavy traffic coming from Clark Air Base towards Manila as they are doing a dry run this daytime na ganyan. So that is good in a way. Again, all security measures are being taken by the government to ensure the safety of all the heads of state and their own entourage na ganyan, di ba? So that is good. Again, that is a dry run for the upcoming November ASEAN summit to be held in the Philippines, being the Philippines as the chairperson of the ASEAN Association of Southeast Asian Nation. Philippines has the helm this time, has the gable na ganyan. So, and including the U.S. President Trump, coming for a 5 or 6 country visit, including the Philippines this coming November. Ayan. Thank you very much, sabi na. And Kuyang, sabi ni Irene Pineda, sabi niya, good evening, Mr. Deejay SKY, sabi ni Irene Pineda. Thank you very much, Irene. Thank you for the shout out. Hello, Torrance. Kumusta na kayo dyan? Kumusta ka rin dyan, Irene? And of course, I believe there is a Ramon Cardenas is having the Cardenas family is having a family gig this coming Saturday, October. A going away party for Ramon, I believe. And regards sa inyo dyan, DJ Sky, sabi ni Steve, Kuyang, with Steve, the Las Vegas culprit maybe really has too much money. Yes, sa kanya actually $100,000 na piniwinar niya kay Marilo. Sa kanya, just barya lang sa kanya yon. So I think in all probabilities that as far as the facts that we know right now, and of course Marilo Danley came back voluntarily from the Philippines after that incident and went to meet and with the FBI and got interviewed or interrogated, of course with a lawyer, because they want to make sure that you always have a lawyer anyway, whether you like it or not, so you don't feel constrained or forced to make any declaration. Anyway, but thank you very much, Steve, for the input. For those of you traveling from the corridor of the NLEX, CTEX, and then the dyan sa Tarlac area and then La Union, expect a heavy traffic from Clark Air Base to the Greater Manila area. Ayan, coming from Steve, thank you very much. Sabi ni Rory Navarro, hello, batchmate Rory, at hello, thanks for joining in. And also, I want to greet my good friend Alvin. Hi, Alvin. Alvin Gordon is one of my good friends out there. We all used to work at the media services at the University of California, San Diego. Hi, Alvin. Yes, I do this every Saturday anyway. Hi, hello, Alvin. I don't think you are working today, but you're probably at home. But anyway, I'm here and I do broadcast. Usually I broadcast from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And Alvin is one of our good friends. Also himself a combat cameraman for the services at some point in his career. Nice for you, Alvin, checking in. I do appreciate it. And hello to everyone out there. I believe Alvin now works at the School of Medicine as the media person and computer resource person. Actually, I had a special event today. That's why it was a conflict with my 7 a.m. And I said, no big deal. I'll just broadcast at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Anyway, thanks for checking in, Alvin. I do appreciate it. My good friend from the University of California, San Diego. And let me see. Thanks, Kuya, Godspeed, and Steve is saying. And then Fidelis Tejano, also thank you very much for checking in. And thank you. And Kaver and Janet, of course. My ardent listeners from Florida, Panama City, are also checked in. So greetings and thank you to everyone. I do want to acknowledge your presence. Fidelis Tejano, Kaver, Mrs. J. Good evening, sabi ni Mrs. J and Kaver. And also, I want to greet Grace Tejada, also is checked in. And of course, my good neighbor Don and Theodi right here in the zip code 92129. Greetings to every one of you. Again, for the most part of my discussion is about the Las Vegas shooting, from what we know right now. But anyway, as far as we know right now, with from what I know, all the things I've read so far with Marilo Danley, I don't think she has anything to do with this because she pretty much just minding her own business. Now, they're not husband and wife to start with, so they don't live together for the most part all the time. There are times, in fact, the immediate neighbor were saying that for the last month, they probably may have seen her once or twice. So, and then this tragic incident that happened at the Mandalay Bay. So, if you look at it, and there's so many. I know the changes that are coming up for us visitors that usually go and visit in Las Vegas. Because of this tragic incident, there will be a lot of changes, I believe. And this is just my opinion. And one of them is for almost all the entry points for the casinos in Las Vegas, they're going to start putting in metal detectors just to make sure you're not bringing in like boxes and boxes. Because how could this guy brought in 23 guns? And we're talking rifles, high-powered rifles with scopes and everything like that. And also you have to remember that this guy is considered a VIP customer of the casino. So the CCTV will take you, will get all the videos and all that. But if he's bringing this in a sack, like it looks like all the firearms were disassembled and then put in the suitcase, and they has to assemble it. He was checked in for about 4 days, I believe, in Mandalay Bay on the 32nd floor. In fact, as I've said before, privacy is a big thing for this guy. I'm not going to say he's a gentleman. For this guy, and it's 23 rifles out there and all these ammos that he's got. It's really, and I believe what happened when he was firing in there, he was firing almost like a what we call this is sniper style. So he was firing from the inside without the muzzle sticking out on the window. And what happened was, as he was firing one after the other with all the guns and all that, and he also rigged cameras underneath this, what appears to be a cart on the hallway. He rigged it with a camera so he can see anybody approaching the corridor towards his suite. So he has he's pretty good at a lot of this electronics and stuff like that. So he wired it in a way that, I don't know, just to warn him when somebody's coming in. So anyway, when he was firing like that, there was intense smoke inside the suite, and that triggered the smoke alarm also. So that helped them localize where's that smoke detector coming from. And in fact, one of the security guys of the casino went up there on the 32nd floor and tried to knock on the door, or confronted that, and he actually, a bullet ricocheted, and maybe this guy started shooting on the door, and one of the bullets ricocheted, and it actually got him on one of the legs. So the security of the casino has to retreat and had to call the SWAT team to come in on the 32nd floor. That's why they were able to localize where the shooter is coming from. And of course, if you're out there on the ground, if you're in the law enforcement or the SWAT team, you make the assumption that there are multiple places where the bullets are coming from, and that is for your own safety until you are certain you localize it. And they were able to localize, so the SWAT team came up. But before the SWAT team got in, of course, he basically shot himself with this pistol right there. I'm not even going to tell you where he shot himself. But anyway, so those kind of stuff. So a lot of unanswered questions, and there is an intense investigation with this incident, because everybody, law enforcement, psychologists, the schools, the researchers are trying to understand what made this guy snap just like that, extremely, those kind of things. But anyway, I'm looking at I'm just making sure I'm not going with my monitor here. Late night greetings from Panama City, sabi ni Ver. Late night greetings because they're 2 hours ahead. They're at least 2 hours ahead dyan sa Panama City. Thank you very much, Ka Ver, for tuning in. And also from Quezon City, George. See, George, I'll also tune in from Cubao, Quezon City. And thank you very much for everyone out there for tuning in. Anyway, I'm going to play you one more song, and then DJ Sky will sing one song for all my good friends, all the survivors of the tragic incident at the Las Vegas shooting and that. Anyway, for those of you who are tuning in, you are tuning to DJ Sky on the air, and this one trying to understand this tragic incident of our lifetime. And for those of you who just check in, I do appreciate you as we broadcast. And again, for those of you listening, you are in DJ Sky on the air on a special broadcast.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
And of course, that is the infamous song original by Mr. John Lennon, and for Imagine a World like that. But this is again the gist of my broadcast is the tragic Las Vegas shooting of the 1st of October that happened at the outside Mandalay Bay. Again, for the shout outs for the Happy Teachers Day for all of you out there in the teaching profession, I do want to acknowledge the contribution you provide to the society. Ayan, mga teachers natin, di ba? Also, it is considered the American Pharmacy Month for the month of October. Yung mga pharmacists natin, mga friends, si Maring Amy and Castillo, dyan sa 4S Ranch natin, binabati rin natin sila. Of course, is the death anniversary of our twins, si J.E. saka JNR, saka si J. Oliver, way back, many years ago. And then, and of course, this is also celebrating during the time of President Manuel L. Quezon, when the Philippines was offered as a country for the Israelis that were chastised by the Germans during the Second World War. And a lot of the Jews fled to the Philippines, approximately 1,200. And so they came here because it was offered as a place, a sanctuary country by President Manuel L. Quezon. And the Israel are celebrating that as a tribute to the gesture of the the country of the Philippines during that time when they were at the brink of getting eliminated by Hitler during that time of the German occupation. Anyway, and by 1945, actually, they finally got out. But they came here approximately between 1937 to 1942 in a span. And 1,200 approximately Israelis came here. Jews came here to the Philippines. So Israel honors the Philippines for saving the Jews during that time. A tribute to the President, Manuel L. Quezon. Ayan. What else? Some of the I said something about the Philippine-American heritage for the month of October a while ago. Here are some factoids that we have before you get to see Deejay SKY sing a song. Kakanta rin ako, syempre. Anyway, sabi ni si Ate Melly. I want to greet Ate Melly from Sorrento Valley. Kalachuchi. Hi, kumusta na Ate Melly? How are you doing? I'm glad you're tuning in to Deejay SKY. Hello, Vegan City, Minda Marquez. Nakatune in din siya. Si paring Ernie Barlahan. Ayan, nakatune in din si paring Ernie Barlahan. At I'm going to repeat what I did the pitch kanina, paring Ernie. Sabi ni Minda Marquez, hi DJ Aner, blessed Sunday dyan sa Pilipinas. Sabi niya, binabati ni si ating listener dyan sa Vegan City. Sila ni Stanley, yan dyan din. At yung sinabi ko kanina, I will repeat that again, one more time for the second time. February 9 to 11, 2018, and that is next year, is the high school reunion of the Olongapo City National High School, commonly known as Jackson High, class of 68. At dito'y gaganapin po sa Subic Bay, Olongapo City. Olongapo City, at ang mga contact points ninyo sa Pilipinas, si Dr. Tessie Ortin, at dito sa Estados Unidos, si Meng, si Sam Ramos, at saka si Levi Canat. So, call him and her, at saka sa Pilipinas, si Dr. Tessie Ortin. And again, one more time, that is February 9 to 11, 2018, high school reunion of the Olongapo City National High School, known as Jackson High, class of 68. Kaya magpareserba na kayo. At least off-season na yan, matatapos na yung New Year. Kaya mas maganda na ang presyo ng ticket na ganyan. At saka kung ano kayo, bilhan nyo na rin ng round trip ticket si Deejay SKY, at bibigyan ko kayo ng coverage sa inyong reunion. It's talaga DJ SKY, humirit ka pa DJ SKY. Anyway, again, to those, thank you very much. Nahuli na ako. Magandang gabi ka, Ener, sabi ni TOD. Sabi niya, nahuli na ako, sabi ni TOD. No, it's at least the greeting is as well appreciated, TOD. And I do appreciate your greeting coming from the zip code 92129 right there. Up the hill on Black Mountain Road. Ayan. Thank you very much for the greeting, and extend my regards to the skipper also. Thank you very much, TOD, for tuning in. And anyway, for those of you out there who are tuning in, I do appreciate you. Let me see. I just played one, but I'm gonna sing one also, just for all my friends out there who are. Let me see if I can. Tune in for all those you guys out there. Okay, I'm gonna sing a song, but I'm gonna play one more song, and then right after that, I'll play you guys this one, and then I'll sing one of my favorite song, just dedicated to each and every one of you out there. Again, the guest of our broadcast is all the survivors, the victims of the Las Vegas shooting, and their families out there. Para po sa inyo, and then to everyone out there, dedicated to all my listeners of DJ SKY on this special broadcast time from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. to all of you, my listeners.
Closed, we're lost in one sweet embrace. Since those days the world has changed, but our love remains the same. God knows we've had our share of saving grace, and I'm proud of all the blessings you have given me. his ears.
Mga kaibigan, after all these years, one of the better songs of the journey. Narinig nyo naman ang boses ni Arnold Pineda, sabi nga nila. At for all those you, let me quick... si John Villarreal is also tune in. Si John naka-tune in, sabi niya. At ano ba sabi ni John? Let me see, because I saw him. Sabi ni John Villarreal, good evening DJ Sky at sa lahat ng mga naka-tune in sa programa mo ngayon, sabi niya. Thank you very much, John, at appreciate it. At hayaan mo titikada si DJ Sky ng isa. Kailangan makaisa naman ako, baka mamaya ma-discover ako at ipapakain sa buhaya. Sabi ni Kabagis Edwin, lalaingem nga rod ti kumanta DJ Sky kaslay di tiyempo yan ni Apo Silin. sabi ni Kabagis Edwin, yan nga ay kasi noon during those times in the Solid West, we sing that all. Siyempre nakakatuwa pag lalo na pag nakatakal ka na ng San Miguel o beer na ganyan yung tinig mo ang tinig mo sa sarili mo pag yung medyo konti nakainom ka na ng 2 bote, parang yung built-in na echo, may ano ka na, may reverb ka na, yung tenga mo may reverb na ang dinig mo sa sarili mo. Ganun ang tiningan mo. But anyway, I do want to acknowledge all you who just tuned in. John Villarreal, Brad Edwin, si Don and Teody, Zip Code, si Minda Marquez ng Vegan City, andyan sila, si Cover, saka si Janet ng Panama City, Florida, andyan sila, si Steve Espaldon, dyan naman, andyan, si Irene Pineda ng Torrance, ang dami nila dyan nakatune in, si Martin Goma Felix, si Ori Antonio, si Stanley, si Chris, lahat sila dyan nakatune in at kumisa nakakalimutan ko yung mga pangalan na pag kasi nagro-roll yung screen ko, natatakpan na ganyan. But thank you very much. Ito naman si DJ Sky Babanat. But anyway, some of the things, the main gist of my program is of course the Las Vegas shooting. Also, I want to touch on the fake news, the concept of fake news. After nakakanta ko at para masira ang gabi ninyo, kakanta muna ako ng fake news. Ganyan. Also, if you haven't heard about it, and I mentioned it in previous broadcasts, there was a breach on the Equifax, the repository of your credit information, mga ganyan. So be careful. They advise you to at least double check yung mga charges na mga accounts nyo, mga credit card ninyo. Keep an eye on it. And practically, like Navy Federal, you have, I think, 60 days to file a complaint na ganyan, and they will try to resolve that in 7 days. And they cannot resolve the 7 days, they will give you back your money, kung ano man how much you lost na ganyan, and then they will try to hopefully they can resolve that within a year na ganyan. But anyway, just a forewarning for all these folks out there, there was a breach of the Equifax repository of your credit information, your birthdays, your social security, those kind of things. 143 million were affected, were compromised is the right word. So be careful. It doesn't mean ano na kayo, mabibiktima na kayo, but it behoves in you to keep an eye on your account, whether it's your bank or your credit union. Keep an eye on purchases that doesn't look right. At least you can question it, you can bring that to the attention of your credit union or your respective banks, diba? Just a heads up. Same thing when you receive a phishing email that looks like and asking for your password and your username, that is a giveaway. Whenever they ask you for your password, that is a giveaway. Because all the IT department would not be asking for your password anyway, or your bank for that matter would not be asking for your password. So if you're doing online banking, be careful. Make sure you use a reputable portal out there when you're checking in, and make sure na hindi nahahack ang inyong account. Siyempre, mga ganyan, you have to you have to have due diligence sa mga ganyan nowadays, kasi mahirap na talaga pag these days nako, it's very hard. But anyway, let me see. I have Mary Lo Sing Soon from Sacramento. And then Fatima Imperio is out there. Anyway, I dedicate all the songs that I have right now for the Las Vegas shooting victims, the survivors, the 527 injured, the families, the extended families, all the people, the emergency team, the law enforcement, the casino employees, even the Uber employees. Meron 2 Pinay na that have helped. A lot of them nakatulong talaga, tinulungan mga Uber drivers. They happen to be in the area during the Las Vegas shooting. Kaya napasabak sila, maraming kumatok sa kanila na gustong makisakay. Pinagbigyan naman nila, syempre the whole Las Vegas goes into action na ganyan. The Filipino Uber drivers were, ang pangalan nila si Vina Alibangbang at saka si Catherine Bernay. Nagkataon na 2 Uber drivers in the vicinity of Mandalay Bay. Nagdadrop sila ng passengers, and then suddenly the shooting started. So on their way out sa Coval Lane, doon sa likuran, doon kinakatok na sila ng mga survivors, yung mga nasugatan, na isakay sila. Kaya nakasakay sila ng 6. Yung isang sasakyan, isa kanya 6 na injured. Bago may escort silang police, they followed the patrol cars to bring them to the hospitals kasi ang dami na. So everybody and then itong mga 2 Pinay pumunta doon sa mga may van doon sa airport, sa McCarran Airport, at tinawag sila para dalhin doon para mag-transport ng mga injuries na pumunta sa airport, sa mga hospitals na ganyan. So a lot of heart and souls out there pitching in one way or fashion, helping out during this tragic incident at the Mandalay Bay, outside Mandalay Bay na ganyan. So you can see the humanity in action naman ba na ganyan. So again, para sa ating mga si Deejay SKY kakanta naman. Tinako itong kakantahin ko, at alisin ko yung sombrero ko, baka mas maganda boses ko. Sabi ni Deejay SKY, at you see my blinking light, that's my new hat, by the way. That's my new hat na may blinking light. Tingnan natin. At si Deejay SKY, syempre, yan. Anyway, para sa ating mga tagapakinig, the time is 15 minutes after, syempre, lalagay ko rin ito para looking good. Yan, sabi ni Kabagis, ayan, there you go. Ready na ako. Here we go. Si Deejay SKY. Ayan. Sabi ni para sa ating tagapakinig dyan, at just to entertain ang aking mga friends, para sa ating mga tagapakinig dyan, Deejay SKY on the air. Maganyan. But tingnan natin ano ba kakantahin ni Deejay SKY para sa ating mga friends, to all my friends out there. Here we go, Deejay SKY. At let me cue in my song para naman makita ko yung kinakanta ko. Siyempre, and let me see, my key is ayun, ayan. Tingnan natin para po sa inyo yung lahat dyan. At here we go. To all my listeners out there, let me see, thank you very much para sa inyong lahat dyan. Here we go.
Sitting here wasted and wondered at his old piano, trying hard to capture the moment. This morning I don't know
'cause a bottle of vodka still lies in my head, and some blonde gave me nightmares. I think that's just still in my bed. As I dream about movies, they won't make of me when I'm dead. With an ironclad fist, I wake up and French kiss the morning, while some marching band keep its own beat in my head while we're talking about all of the things that I long to believe, about love, the truth, and what you've been to me. And the truth is, baby, you're all that I need. I wanna lay you down on a bed of roses. For tonight I sleep on a bed of nails. Oh, I wanna be just as close as the Holy Ghost does, and lay you down on the bed of roses. Well, I'm so far away that each step that I take is on my way home. Against ransom and dimes I'd given it tonight, just to sweet to the payphone. Till I run out of time, or it's hard to get through, till the bird on the wire flies me back to you. I just close my eyes, whisper, baby, life is true. I wanna lay you down on a bed of roses. For tonight I sleep on a bed of nails. Oh, I wanna be just as close as the Holy Ghost does, and lay you down on a bed of roses. Well, the hotel bars hang over, whiskey's gone dry, the barkeeper's bitch crooked, and she's giving me the eye. I might have said yeah, but I love so hard I think I die. Ooh. Para sa inyo lahat. When you close your eyes, know I'll be thinking about you. While my mistress, she calls me to stand in her spotlight again. Tonight I won't be alone, but you know that doesn't mean I'm not lonely. I've got nothing to prove, but it's true that I died to defend. I wanna lay you down on a bed of roses. For tonight I sleep on a bed of nails. Oh, I wanna be just as close as the Holy Ghost is, and lay you down. I wanna lay you down just as close as the Holy Ghost can, and lay you down on a bed of roses. I have begun.
Anyway, you are tuned in to DJ Sky on the air dito po at the time is 23 minutes after 10 a.m. 10 p.m. Sanay kasi ako na broadcast ng umaga. Anyway, that's just for everyone out there. And anyway, again, the gist of my broadcast is the Las Vegas shooting, and also I'm gonna touch on the fake news right after this song. For all of you out there, the victims, the survivors, the extended families, and all the special rescue personnel, all the people that helped out, the law enforcement that got involved in this tragic incident of our lifetime, the Las Vegas shooting, para po sa inyo to, dedicated to everyone out there. Coming from DJ Sky.
Together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make it brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Well, send them your heart, so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free, as God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Way down.
Just you and I. Ayan, mga kaibigan. I do want to acknowledge also the tune-in of some of our listeners. Ito si Leo. Leo Claudio. We do acknowledge si Leo Claudio is here. Siyempre mga ano natin dyan. Si Charmaine, anak ni kapatid ko, pamangkin ko si Charmaine, si Candy, and of course si Abner Silva is also tuned in. So ang dami na naka-tune in dyan sa may Loving Home Care, dyan sa Azusa, sila Kuya Nap, sila Ate Dory, ating batchmate si Carrie, yung mga naka-tune in dyan si Stanley, at saka si Minda Marquez dyan sa Vegan City, naka-tune in din na ganyan. Siyempre binabati ko rin si birthday celebrant nga pala doon sa dyan sa Apelin family na ganyan. Sila ang bunso nila is having a 50th birthday party. Sabi nila dyan para sa 50th birthday party naman nila. Greetings and happy birthday to everyone out there. Sabi nga 50th birthday. Anyway, let me see, Abner Silva and Fatima Emperio also, saka si Marilo Kerwin dyan sa may Sacramento. Ayan, but anyway, time and again, the time is 32 minutes after 10 na ganyan. But anyway, as the one subject I want to focus on is also the fake news. There's been a lot of talk about the fake news kind of thing na ganyan. So ito naman, here's my concept about what the fake news mean to me and all that. Ito naman kay Deejay SKY. So there's been a lot of talk about fake news dito sa Estados Unidos, kahit sa Pilipinas also about fake news na ganyan. In fact, China is having its own police state security to keep an eye sa mga fake news na ganyan. So they be working together with their what is equivalent to their Google search engine dyan sa China at looking for fake news na ganyan. So they will block them out na ganyan. In Facebook, if you're using Facebook, by the way, if there's a fake news, there is one thing you can do about it also. You can report that as a spam, which I've done in the past. Pag nakikita kong very blatant, it is a spam. Kagaya nung, si ganito namatay, si Robin Padilla namatay. Ano na ganyan. Nung first few times na makita ko yon, when I saw that first few times, I said, si Robin Padilla namatay. And then bukas, babangon din siya. So it's my tongue-in-cheek telling that person who just forwarded that, come on, that's a fake news. So when it comes to fake news, there's been a lot of talk. Now, here it is. Here's the way I look about fake news. If I'm buying a Seiko watch, halimbawa, for example, I'm buying a fake Seiko watch. I wanted to buy a Seiko watch. And somebody tries to sell me a fake Seiko watch. And I knew for a fact that it is a Seiko watch. What am I going to do? Okay, I just ignore it. I'm not going to buy it because it's a fake news, period. You apply the same thing if you're out there surfing the internet or the Facebook for that matter, and you see a fake news. Two things you can do. One is just ignore it, just completely ignore the whole thing, and do not repost it. Deejay SKY, I only repost a few items because there are certain, knowing what I know with working with the IT department in my department, certain things when you repost or forward a posting, whether it's especially Yahoo Messenger, those kind of things, the GIF, the animated postings, or the chain letter. So chain letter has evolved from the paper to the electronic type, which now on Facebook or Yahoo Messenger. You don't need to forward it because you don't know what you're forwarding. Let me give you a different analogy. If somebody hands you let's say somebody hands you a bibingka, halimbawa, a bibingka, and then you ask them, where did this came from? I don't know, just forward it to me, and Would you eat it? I doubt if you're gonna eat it. You know why? Because it's the same thing. Because you don't know where it came from. So you forward it to someone else, and somebody will pick it up. Where did you get this from? I don't know. They just pass it on to me, and I'm just passing it on. Would you eat that, bibingka? I doubt it. Now you look at fake news. You see a fake news, or you see a posting, a GIF, an animated thing, and you gotta be careful. Because that posting can be loaded with Trojans, a virus. It can be even pictures can be loaded with virus and Trojans, and then it will embed itself in your laptop, and it will stay there. The worst part is it will stay there for months, and then it will spring to action, and then it will gather all your information. It is capable of doing that. Believe it or believe me. When I watch my ITs and they clean up the laptops, because desktops and laptops, because some of these folks were out there surfing on websites that they're not supposed to be surfing, and that's when they start cleaning up all these laptops with all this virus and Trojans kind of thing. When it starts acting up or slowing down, you know there's some Trojans or virus in that laptop. So be careful. You can get the malware. You can buy those software for cleaning out, or but you got to be careful. Like I said, do not keep reposting or forwarding things that you see on the Facebook if you are not sure where it came from. So be careful about those things. So I'm just cautioning you, because fake news is fake news. The same thing here in the States. If I see a fake news, I just ignore it. I don't even forward it. I don't even if it's an email, I just delete it. Okay. Sometimes you get some emails say, I'm so-and-so, and I'm the IT department of so-and-so of XYZ, and we're checking your account, and please log in with your username and your password. And then at the bottom it says respectfully, and then it's a misspelled word from Timbuktu. That's a giveaway right there. You don't log in, because once you log that in, your IP address changes on the upper left corner. Once you click in, it goes to some, you'll never know. It could be a boiler room in China gathering all information from your laptop. So be careful what you forward. You treat fake news just like, if you know it's fake news, just ignore it. Don't even deal with it. Or sometimes I report it on Facebook as a spam, and they will block it out. So that kind of thing. So anyway, so that's how you deal with fake news. So don't worry about it. There's a lot of fake news out there, and if you know it's a fake news, hey, just either ignore it, delete it, or what. It's fake news. The same thing here in the States. It's fake news. Hey, if you know fake news, just ignore it. Don't even deal with it. Kind of thing. That's how I look at the fake news concept. Anyway, what are the things that I have here? The Marawi update, of course, is on the down to the wire with the Marawi. And there's a clearing is about approximately 7 hectares left in the kill zone right at the very end right now. Some ISIS terrorists already and Maute surrendered again. There's 3 of them at least, those kind of things. But anyway, so they're winding down, and after that it'll be the rebuilding of the Marawi, and that's going to take a couple of years, I'm sure. And of course, you've heard Steve a while ago pitch in. There is a dry run of the traffic from the Clark Air Base to the Metro Manila area in preparation for the ASEAN Summit comes in November, wherein the heads of state are coming over to the Philippines again. And also the U.S. President Trump, is also making a whirlwind 5 or 6 country tour, including the Philippines. Yan. So that is in November 2018. So it's going to be a real traffic out there in the Philippines if you are in the area. So beware of that. So they're making a dry run right now for security reasons, just to make sure they know what they're doing. And some of the points should they be checking. And of course, the responsibility of the host country is to ensure the safety of the visiting dignitaries and their entourage. So that is pretty much a standard in any country for that matter. Now, Again, AMLAC. That's another. So you've seen a lot of the Senate, the Philippine Senate hearings when it comes to the AMLAC, those kind of things. In fact, there is a boiling news about the impeachment process, taking out the Chief Justice Sereno and the Ombudsman Morales, Carpio Morales, also one of the ombudsman. So those kind of things, I don't know if it's going to hold water, but we'll see how it goes. Again, it's a long process. And also on the issue of federalism, I promised to mention this. I had some friends that are thinking that federalism is just going to take a switch of the magic wand and say, okay, we go from democratic form of government to federalism just like that. President Duterte will swing his magic wand and then we become federal state of government. It's not that simple, my friends. It takes years. Just for constitutional convention takes years to go through that process. So you go from democratic form of government, and the executive government, which is the President Duterte's side, cannot just say, Congress, we go from democratic to federalism, just like that. Of course, it doesn't work that way. They have to create a constitutional convention first. And then they bring up all the proposed bylaws of the Constitution. They will debate in it. They will work on it for so many years, maybe 3 years at least. And then it goes like that. And by the time they get anything nailed down, it'll be over during the administration of President Duterte. So that's just the reality. In my opinion, this is Deejay SKY's opinion, of course. Yes, in my humble opinion, the thought of federalism is very nice, but how realistic is that to be able to change the government from democratic form of government to federalism? It will take years. If it's really going in that direction, it will take years. Not even during the term of President Duterte. So that's just my guess. I love the way the government is running, but as far as turning it to federalism, it's a nice thought about it. But anyway, so that's federalism. It is a nice concept, but can you imagine changing the Philippines a democratic form of government for so many years? And then changing it to federalism. And some of my friends think that the president will tell Congress. Of course, the executive government cannot tell Congress, the legislative body of the democratic form of government. You have the House of Congressmen and the House of the Senators. Okay, the lower house and the upper house. That is part of the legislative form branch of the government. You have three branches. You have the executive branch, which is the president. You have the legislative branch. You have the upper house and the lower house. So you have the senators on the upper house, you have the congressman on the lower house, and then you have the judiciary, the third structure of the government. So you have the Supreme Court. So all those three they work independently as a check and balance for each one. So not one can tell the other one what to do, because that's part of the check and balance. That's the reason why democratic form of government like that. So anyway, it's not that I don't favor it. It is, I don't think it's realistic that it's going to be a federalism within the government of President Duterte. But it's a nice carrot sticking out there on a pole and showing the people, yes, we're working on it. See? That's just my opinion, telling you. Anyway, I mentioned about the Equifax, the AMLAC. AMLAC is the anti-money laundering provisions of the Philippine government to monitor this. The monitoring of all those cash transactions and make sure it's not it becomes a money laundering. But now going back along the same line, the banking system in the Philippines needs to be overhauled, if you ask me. There are certain things that, banking system in the Philippines is not, it's almost like reeking blood from anyone. The way the system runs is just like, It is so hard just to, if you ever deposit money in your bank and then you try to withdraw it, you have to fill out so many forms just to get a manager's check. What would be comparable to a cashier's check here? Here, if you have the money in the bank, you just walk in at the teller, you just show him your 2 ID cards, and then they check you your password right there on the counter, and then they can vouch for that. You got the CCTV in front of you, and then they will process your request. Cashier's check only takes like what, 5-10 minutes? That's it. You get the amount, they verify they verify who you are, and then they'll give you money. You walk out there in less than 30 minutes. Just like that. In the Philippines, no. You gotta fill out this forms, that form, this form, and this form. So the banking laws is really, in Ilocano, as we call it, it's banking. Anyway, I'm gonna play this to also for our listeners in the South. Maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. Mga natin, mga siyempre, mga tagapakinig natin sa South diyan. Pinapaabot din ng ating batchmate na si Ma'am Carrie ang kanyang mga mahal sa buhay sa South para sa inyong lahat diyan, lalo na yung mga mahilig sa mga kampilan, yung mga Chris, yung kampilan, yung espada. Tawag nila doon Chris doon diyan sa Mindanao, di ba? Ayun. Marami palang klase ng Chris dyan na ganyan meron yung iba yan dyan, may matigas, may malambot, may ibang hugis yung Chris, di ba merong coat of arms na binebenta nun sa Baguio na gano'n, nakabili rin ako kaya alam ko yun Anyway, for all of you, those listeners out there in the South, pinapaabot ni Ma'am Carrie sa kanyang mga pagmamahal dyan, malalagkit na pagmamahal sa mga taga-South. Ayan, para po sa inyo yan, maayong gabi sa yung tanan, si pareng Mon Cardenas, para na rin sa kanya na taga ano ba siya sa Camarines Sur, di ba? Para pa sa inyo yan. Sa aking mga apo sa Iloilo, mga Salcedo family at saka Calyos family.
It's 30 in the evening, nag-inusara ko, nag-inom kog beer. May babaying bagag make-up, ni duol ni tupad sa akong chair. And then she asked me kung pwede ba ko tonight, and I'll say yes, pagkaswerte ba na ko tonight. Invite ko sa party sa kumpari kong taga Cebu City, pagkadaghan og babayi, klase-klase ang putahe. May usa ka babayi, nakadulog ko anay, pagmata kong babaeng ikugan man di ay. I feel wonderful, pero di malas, kay bayot akong nataymingan. Unya ako karon nag-uol, ulahin ako naka-realize, nasira si Junior. Japon na tagbaw, gusto gihapog lingaw-lingaw, bisan asa nga party, tuwa dito present permi, daghan nagsulti, ayaw ka kumpiyansa kay si kumpare Nasira na atong usang gabi. Usa ka mo, pag-amping mo, pirmi, pagnahay.
Ayan mga kaibigan, the time is 51 minutes after 10 p.m. Alas 10 na pala. 10 p.m. 10:51 after 10 p.m. na ganyan. At siyempre, binabati natin yung mga tagapakinig dyan at I'm queuing in dito sa aking some of the things that I wanna say to the survivors ng ating siyempre, for all the loved ones, the families that lost a loved one during the tragic Las Vegas shooting, para sa kanila po ito. Memories are there to remind us of things that have gone forever. Until we meet again, an eternal memory, those special memories of you will always bring a smile. If only I could have you back for just a little while, then we would sit and talk again, just like we used to do. You always meant so very much to me, and always will do too. The fact that you're no longer here will always cause me pain, but you're forever in my heart until we meet again. To the 58 fatalities of the Las Vegas shooting, a beautiful soul is never forgotten. If there ever comes a day when we can be together, keep me your heart, I will stay there forever. And for those surviving families of the tragic event at the Las Vegas shooting, and grief is like the ocean. It comes in waves, ebbings, and flooding. Sometimes the water is calm, and sometimes it is overwhelming. All we can do is learn to swim. Do not mourn death. Celebrate the life and the music it created. And as we say, when someone you love becomes a memory, that memory becomes a treasure. Once again, for all the 58 that perished October 1st, that tragic night, the Las Vegas shooting incident, that stings the victim only once. But those left behind feel the pain and loss with every passing memory of our time. And once again, you will always be forever in our hearts until we meet all again.
Jurif.com.
And for those of you who just tuned in, I do want to acknowledge the all those who tune in right now. And let me see, I have Vicky Santos. Hello, Manong, and good evening. Sabi niya. Si SP Valera. Also, hello, cousin. Hello, SP. How are you? And of course, Martin Goma Felix is also tuned in with this special broadcast for tonight. For those of you out there who are just tuning in, and I do thank you for being a part of the show. A special broadcast from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. honoring the Las Vegas incident that happened October 1st in the evening. For those of you, and I hope, again, for those of you who just tuned in, let me see if I can play that music once again for those of you and you are tuned into Deejay SKY on the air with a special broadcast for this the Las Vegas shooting October 1st at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. For those of you tune in, hello sa aking Brad, si Edwin. For those of you, thanks for tuning in.
The David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the barefoot king composing hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair, she broke your throat and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
And of course, that's where we end up. Diyan na magtatapos po ang ating programa, sabi nga nila, sa ating special edition ng ating DJ Sky on the Air. Honoring the 58 victims of the shooting by Stefan Padak, 64 years old. And for those survivors, 527, and currently out of those 527, approximately 48 are still in critical conditions. For those who help, the law enforcement, the response team, first responders, all the healthcare professionals, the hospital staff, the doctors, the nurses, the taxi drivers, even the 2 Filipinas Uber drivers who help out. It brings out the humanity aspect of who we are when a tragic incident of this magnitude hits our society. That somewhere, in spite of all this magnitude, this horrendous incident of October 1st, trying to understand this tragic incident, somehow we still find some sense that after all, we're still one in this, what I call big blue marble, this place we call Earth. And of course, there's a lot of soul searching. What made Stefan Padak? What drove him to inflict such pain, injuries? Somehow we may never understand. We may never find out. We can only speculate. And this is a special edition of DJ Sky on the Air. I join and the rest of the society, the rest of the Las Vegas residents, and the rest of the world in giving comfort, prayers, compassion to everyone who in one way or another became a part of this tragic incident on the evening of October 1st. And once again, for all those of you who tune in, I do appreciate it. That somehow there's a special broadcast by DJ Sky on the Air honoring the Las Vegas shooting. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart that you are always out there. And salamat po for tuning in sa aking programang DJ Sky on the Air, and God bless everyone out there who are one way or another. Salamat po sa pagtangkilik nyo sa aking programang DJ Sky on the Air. Coming up on November 18, to be honored as Broadcaster of the Year for the year 2017. Salamat po sa inyong pagtangkilik sa aking programa. Aking pinasasalamatan siyempre ang mga nakikinig dyan. Si Doc Chalose, si Stanley, si Minda, si Batsmate Kari, si Kuya Nap, si Ate Dory, si Martin, si SP, si Vicky, si Vicky Santos, si Baba Nicas, si Lenny Marinas, si Virgil, paring Virgil Mata, si Cover, si Mrs. J, si Don and Theody, and si John Villarreal, si Brad Edwin, si Marilu Sacramento, si Marites ng Sacramento, si Ori Antonio, yung mga andyan sa Pilipinas, si George, sa lahat na nakapaginig at nakapanayam ko sa aking programa ngayong gabi, salamat po sa inyong pagtangkilik sa aking programa na sana'y nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan at salamat po. Deejay SKY on the air. God bless you all.